Hello everybody, big pleasure to be here. I think we're in Lithuania. We are one step ahead of you because what we have done is put a sim racer in a real racing car for the last 2 years, and both guys, they have been performing outstandingly, and I'm going to show you the recipe how to do that and how to achieve that. It all started with me 3 years ago. I opened a first sim academy in our country, but what we do in there, we go into hardcore sim racing. We're using the simulators, Stefan mentioned Assetto Corsa, and we are only interested in that because we take responsibility of a sim racer taking into the real track, so he has to be adapted to the real physics, real cars, and we're not sparing any detail to the gaming or whatever. Actually, we're not using word game at all, and I believe we are deleting the bridge between the esports and the real motorsport. So we have, in 2017, we started Neste Dream to Drive. It's a E-championship, and we have a nice sponsor, thanks to him. So it's a virtual championship to real racing experience. So for 2 months, we have free simulator centers in biggest cities, and guys, they can just come over for €5 and try themselves for 20 minutes. And basically just get into the leaderboard, and they have free. I think in 2017 we've done 3 times, and in 2018 we've done 5 times. So in first year we reached 1,400 qualifiers, let's say, and then 2,500 in 2018. And in this year we had a Girteka, which is a big logistics company. We had them as partners, and we put in that truck, the back of it was full of simulators. So we traveled through Lithuania, a 3 million country, and yeah, people were interested a lot. Obviously, it's such a small country, so we hit national TV news coverage. We had live streams of the finals, semifinals, partnerships with news portals. The biggest news portal actually was doing the live stream of our final. Radios and auto magazines, they were all over it as well. So for the 2018 we had a 1.5 million social reach just in our region, and the audience is quite similar to what you are guys talking about. It's from 16 to 34 years old. And this is the real team. It's actually the mechanics and everybody. I should be somewhere there as well, but that's the car we've managed to get for the money, for sponsors' money, and the guys are there as well. So together with the Lithuanian Auto Sport Federation, we grant them the D license, which allows you to race with real racing drivers. And we actually, in those free academies, we have instructors who work with the upcoming drivers, and that's one of the ways to get your driving license in Lithuania. I mean, the racing license is to do the 10 hours of simulator with proper instructors. So the guys did first place in 4-hour endurance race, easy. I mean, they were 3 laps ahead of the old guys. We've tried the Baltic Endurance Championship. Unlucky we ran into car problem, but that's a technical sport which doesn't happen in simulator. We can't prepare for that. And time attack podiums throughout the season in every races. So even on wet conditions, where simulators these days, they don't have yet proper wet conditions. It's just Assetto Corsa Competizione is coming now with a proper engine to simulate the wet track, and on wet tracks they were 3-4 seconds ahead of the competition, and they felt absolutely fine with it. So what we're trying to achieve, what we're trying to do is to basically increase the e-sport awareness overall through the country. We have a very huge sim racing community, and we hope to expand this project, this idea, to put the sim racer who goes through the proper training on the simulator into the real car, and we hope to go into Latvia with qualifications, Estonia, maybe Europe, because we're so small. It's 5 of us working on this project, so we're quite limited on what we can do, and we have to run the business because it's free simulator centers who work every day. We have people, but what we do is we take it very seriously, and we teach people how to drive. We teach the racing drivers. So how do the guys got up there? What I've mentioned before is the software. We leave no spares for gaming softwares. We do the proper mathematical models, recreating tire grip and aerodynamics, weather conditions, the laser scan tracks. Actually, they were prepared for races because all the racetracks they have been practicing on are the tracks that they were racing later. They are identical. All the rule book, flags, safety, what Stefan mentioned before, it's been done. They know all the flags, the yellow flags, and everything. And most importantly, the car, the real car that they have been driving in the real life was exactly the same. We have created it. The software allows that to do, and yeah, that's the software side. The hardware. As well, we take it to the very top levels of the hardware available in the world market, and it's direct drive steering motors who can basically simulate the real forces of the real driving machines. You can lose traction and you can feel it, understeer, oversteer, but we need that to get into competition to produce proper sim races to proper drivers. The pedal boxes are also extremely hard to push. They're creating the proper power. The seats, the wheels, everything is from real cars. And that's our recipe, how to make a proper, interesting championship. People know that they will be rewarded with amazing stuff. The biggest dream is to sit in the real race car, and how we approach it is that my team, the guys that I'm working with every day, we are real-life motorsport instructors. We drive ourselves, but the mindset is only about motorsport, not about the game, anything else. The approach to simulators, how we're communicating, is not about the gaming at all. It's your training tool to be a good driver. That's how we look at it. And we put real racing as their ultimate goal. Like we would get some money or whatever, but we've spent it all on the car and the season to participate. So the ultimate dream and the winner